Alright, what's going on, traders? Welcome back to another video. Today I will just be going over a quick analysis of the two trades that I took today. So before anything, I want to go over the SPY chart. Okay, as you can see, um, this was the 9:30 open. After this gray, um, we had a straight push to the downside and made a push right up. And then SPY ended up turning over and making a huge move down between 10 to, let's say, 10:30, right? And then let's go to my trades. So over here we can see MU. This is the stock that I traded today. Now I took two trades on it. I took it at these boxes as I highlighted. This green box is where I shorted it, and this is where I covered. This is where I shorted, and this is where I covered. And so we had a huge move up on MU, and if we look into context, we can see that MU is trading above its resistance zone, and then we have a previous resistance zone right here. So we have a resistance zone trading above, making higher supports. This is a bullish stock. This is trading above its resistance. It made a breakout. And so what I was looking for is any stock that makes a move up has to take a pullback at some point. For an example, that made a pullback, pullback, made a move up, pulled back, right? Um, these are move downs, and then it pulls up, moves down, pulls up. So it's kind of whichever way it goes. At some point, it has to retrace a bit. It could be buyers, buyers covering positions. It can be people more aggressive short sellers, whatever the case may be. But in this case, I was looking to get a retracement on MU, looking for a move to the downside. Not a full move to the downside, but I was looking for a scalp. And so it was right here. As you guys can see, we can have a period of consolidation right here. Period of consolidation, right? Period of consolidation. And then right here, we were having a third period of consolidation. So what I was looking at this point is you see these wicks right here. At this moment, look, we can look at it like this. It was having trouble breaking above 308 and staying above. So I had ended up shorting this. If I'm not mistaken, I think I shorted at the bottom of this candle, anticipating a quick move to the downside. As you can see, there are some buying wicks right here. So what I was pretty much wanting to look for was an aggressive move to the downside, with follow through. Pretty much an immediate push, and if I didn't get that, I was going to sell out of my position, which I ended up doing. I ended up covering on, if I'm not mistaken, probably this candle, maybe towards the top. Exactly the price, I'm not too sure because I traded options on these. And so we had our push down, we had our push down, we had our push down, and as you can see, this candle, just like these other two, three, four, and then this would be the fifth candle. These are candles that are being bought up, So the stock opened at this level, 307.19, made a push down and ended up closing right here. It also, no, I don't, yeah, I think it just went up to here. Yeah, so I made a push down and got bought up right up. So I had noticed that with the buyers stepping in, I had closed out of my position. You see, I ended up saving myself some bread. And then we have a continuation to the upside on this stock. As you guys can see, a continuation. Anything that pushes down, it's getting bought up, bought up, bought up, bought up. So what I was looking for here was that once again, this stock was having trouble getting above a certain level. It was having trouble getting above this level, this 309, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, this 309. As you guys can see, 309, it was having trouble getting above 309 and staying above it. I had noticed this large wick, meaning buyers weren't willing to pay this price, meaning therefore the stock had came back down, started consolidating, pushed again into this level, and then I'm like, okay, this looks pretty good. Buyers aren't willing to pay these prices, which was true, which was true. Um, but the thing was, um, I had bought it around, I think, if I'm not mistaken, maybe towards the bottom of this wick, maybe towards the bottom once this had so it had opened, it pushed down. I probably end up getting it. I don't think I got it when it was going green. I had probably got it down here, and I ended up covering my position once it broke this level, and it closed above this level. So I was like, okay, this is kind of showing strength, and then it did it once again, and it did it once again, and then it ended up retracing in the way that I was anticipating it. And I want to say, look, yeah, so it did end up retracing, and it came back to this my target. My original target would have been this support level. You know, my target would have been the support level. Reason being, this is an area previously that buyers had stepped in and bought the stock um this bought the stock back up. As we were saying earlier, we had these couple of wicks where buyers stepped in, and that remained true. And we can see that this is where it ended up reversing. It had pulled back to this level, which was the target, and then had ended up getting bought up. But by that point, I would have got out in profits. I think this was the right idea. This was the right idea, and during, like I was saying before, between 10 and 10:30, the SPY was going extremely down. The SPY was getting crushed. So this was a stock that was trading way above resistance level, and I was just looking to, capitalize on the move downward and following SPY. I think this was just the wrong stock to trade in this instance because it was showing it showed too much strength. It showed too much strength, and it just, buyers were it was outperforming the market, I'd say. That's probably a better way of saying it. It was outperforming the market. It was holding higher than SPY. So I think it was the right idea, the wrong stock. Because for an example, I think if we go to Nvidia, like between 10 and 10:30, nothing but downward candles, it had went down the whole 30 minutes. I think also Tesla, 10 to 10:30, huge push to the downside, and also Amazon. As you guys can see, 10 o'clock to 10:30. So I think it was the right idea, wrong stock. Um, uh, you know, um, yeah, so that's what happened there. I think a way I could have avoided this trade was, I was looking at um option contracts with a lot of volume for the day, above average volume. And I saw MU. MU's a stock that I don't usually trade. Um, I didn't lose much on the trade. I was able to manage my risk, but at the same time, I should be trading something more familiar to myself. And especially when MU is trading extremely strong on the 180 day. As you guys can see, it's trading, it broke out above its resistance level, and it's trading above, meaning there's no resistance, there's no resistance above, and it's showing continuation and strength. So I think that's a way I could have traded this. I mean, not traded this a little better, but avoided this trade. Once again, I think it was a good idea, just wrong as thought. And I hope you guys found this helpful. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be starting to post more videos. And yeah. Thanks for watching.